my day job was, you know, cinema, making films, acting, whatever. But I had all these other things going on the side that were at least as important to me. That is to say, like making music. It's my first love since I was little. But right up next to that, of course, is another, you know, a silent form of expression, which is drawing and putting together these puzzles of lines and shapes and things like that. So I basically just decided to no longer limit myself, you know. They weren't done based on expectation. They were just done it was between myself and a blank canvas, really, ultimately. That's where you start. So I just decided to sort of say, look, I put as much of myself into these things as other things. Each portrait has a different approach, you know. Some you want to be as kind of precise as you can make them, and then others you want them to just represent that person. You know. Van Gogh, when I was a kid, Van Gogh was like an obsession. As I got older, you know, started looking at more, learning more, I suppose. Like Alberto Giacometti. Giacometti's paintings for me. Modigliani, of course, you know, of course, and all the heroes. Pablo Picasso, Larry Rivers is huge for me. Basquiat is huge for me. Banksy is huge for me. You know, but also painters who haven't really gotten their fair share, like Jean-Franc de Bouve, and yeah, I suppose people who are just sort of on the fringe of things, you know. New York City can be an incredible place, and it's obviously a huge, massive creative hub, with, you know, probably on every other block is some great painter, some great artist, some, you know, who's not getting this opportunity, you know, when they should. So I suppose, yeah, the idea, I suppose, is to just take a walk through a bunch of things that have been, wow, they've been lying around for years, you know. I'd paint something and, oh yeah, okay, then go into the garage or something, because I never really had any particular plans on, like, showing them. They were just for me, or just to do. When they came to me with this idea, the notion of having some exhibition of these things, the idea really was to kind of walk people through periods and experiences that everything represents a particular period, moment, you know, like just like tattoos, you know. I feel very, very lucky that the Pantheon fellas saw the stuff and really wanted to bring it out, and just put my trust in them, you know. If they believe in the stuff, then I feel very good about that. Yeah, that's the weird thing. I mean, I suppose it's up to them whether they understand any of it, but here's the weirdest thing for me. I mean, I walk past these things that I've spent so many years with. Some of them, like, I was so stubborn painting them, like this Death by Confetti. I think I painted him probably 7 or 8 times. Just painted over and kept going over and over and over until it got there. So I remember, when I look at these things, I remember every little ink pen. I remember writing these things. I remember all of it. I remember every brushstroke, mark, they just sort of come to you, I mean, when it's a portrait of say Jack, or my son Jack, or Lily Rose, or my daughter or Vanessa, or Marlon, or whoever just happens to come up, like with Jack, and with some of those paintings are done in the like outside, quick, and then some of them you take great care, and then others you just want to. You don't want to take great care. You want to hit them boldly with the light that exists in the shape, and it's in there, and kind of build that puzzle